Once again, I want to thank Minnie for putting me in this awkward position of learning to speeches in playwrights, that she made me do that one year. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Kathleen, for inviting us here tonight. I'm Bob Jarman, and I'm running for council position, Council District 1, presently held by Lovell Pratt. Why elect me? A good question. I've asked myself that question many times. I will listen to you. I will build a county council that actually cares about your concerns and your opinions. A council that works within its means. My working career on San Juan included 30 years with a local telephone company. Working my way up through all the technical jobs and managing the area for 12 years. Throughout those years, I was actively involved in improving services, implementing 911, enhanced 911, DSL, and created an address system for the county. I work closely with county agencies in implementing these systems, as well as working on all the islands, learning the demographics and cultures that make up San Juan County. Working in the private sector as a small business owner and in my elected position as fire commissioner the past 8 years has given me valuable experience in working within the county structure, budgeting, personnel issues, negotiations with the town and county, making hard decisions, all within ever-decreasing budgets. I've learned to do more with less. Having owned property in San Juan County for over 35 years, I've watched the county regulations have gone overboard with the critical area ordinance, the shoreline management plan, which have resulted in further decreasing of our property values. Even the planning director has asked, do we need a manual to understand these ordinances? Property rights issues are boiling over. Litigation is certain. Let me go back to this. Litigation is certain unless the council can agree to work with property owners and just not private interest groups. Why do we put ourselves in a position to sue ourselves? I believe in preserving and respecting our environment while preserving our island way of life. I have to ask, what has been done so wrong that we need all these new regulations? I don't believe we need a manual. We need to get back to basics and use our common sense. I believe in the charter. It's what the people wanted. No system is perfect. You need to elect and hire people to make it work. The problem with the charter is it was never implemented properly. The council is involved in micromanaging. The administrator was never hired without a proper job description. The key is to use an effective business culture in which I've worked within for 30 years. If elected to the county council, I will bring my business experience in both the public and private sectors to the table with strong, decisive, and practical solutions to putting the charter back on track. Why vote for Bob Jarman? I'm perceptive, hardworking, honest, and flexible. I am deeply rooted in the community. Over the past 37 years, I have watched the evolution of where we are today. I regret seeing the divisions in this community caused by controversial land use regulations. I will work to preserve the rights of property owners without inappropriate influence of special interest groups who have actively divided the community and cost the county millions while endorsing excessive land use regulations we cannot afford. We don't need more studies, more best available science. We need a person with a business approach who can read, understand, implement a budget. We need a person who is not afraid to cut through the red tape, use common sense, and make a decision. I believe I'm that person. Thank you.
Bob, just to go back to your first opening statement, you said that you would build a council that would...
Yeah, see,
you're not in a position that you can build a council.
Right.
You're just a newbie.
Exactly.
So I would say that you want to rethink that.
Yeah, there is. I mean, I've been rethinking a lot of this, and then that's one of. I couldn't remember on the last discussion if I should go with private interest groups, special interest groups.
Special interest groups.
And I think that's what we decided on.
Private, yeah.
And then after I got through leading through that whole friggin' list of special interest groups, there's so many people with their fingers in our pie that we need to get them out of it, and I just,
Well, yeah.
Did you all see the, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, coming back to your talk, at the end there, the last minute or so, you really repeated yourself
Right.
on the CAO and so forth.
You
You already said that.
okay.
And maybe you said it better at the end. I'd go back to the beginning and say, did I like what I said at the beginning, or should I
Okay.
replace it with that at the end, or what should I do?
But my impression was that it was sort of it sort of bled from one subject into the other, rather than having some distinct
Right.
issues that
Right.
you were
Right.
trying to attack. And
3 points.
I just took that, I
Three
took
things
those
you
notes
wanna
last
do.
time, we tried to work on that a little bit this week to come up with 3 points, we came up with 6, then 7, and 8, and then never really got back to 3. So we went back to try to work on the ones that we had.
Yeah, my comment about, you talk about bringing a business culture, I'd be a little careful about that. I would say maybe common sense or something along that.
practical, or,
You know, something
See, I
like
don't know, because I firmly believe that that is the problem with the people that,
You're right.
they've never been in
You're
that environment.
right, but you're trying to get elected,
But
right?
given
You're-
the culture you're trying to get to vote for you, what was said at the Grange, that they've
Yeah,
decided
and
the
I
entire
will-
chamber is a bunch of Republicans.
Yeah.
A lot of people are
Republican
bad
laws.
business.
Okay, guys, we used, so I'd used that word, we'd used other words before that were even worse, but we thought the business culture was getting tamer than.
No, I really would just say that you can work across, you can work with individuals with multiple ideas, you know, about things, and then you bring a common sense
and you
approach, and
and
fiscally responsible,
Yeah.
approach to
And
it.
you
Fiscally
can
responsible.
preserve, the other thing you can always say is you can preserve the diversity of our islands, because what we're losing is the middle class. What
Exactly,
we're losing is the working people.
that'd be
And
me.
so you can always go to the big deal.
So what you need to do is that you are a worker bee.
Uh-huh.
I am
You're
from
one of
that,
them.
I'm in that class.
A thing about the economy and the middle class, one of our best paying jobs was in the trades.
Mhm.
And when the real estate crashed, that was also a best paying job. The construction trade also crashed. And
What about the disparity
That's
between
way
what county workers are being paid and their benefits and what the people that are having to pay the taxes to support that?
I don't think you want.
No, you don't go there yet.
That's a giant voting block.
Yeah, remember, there are 250 or 300 people that are out there that you start nibbling at them.
Don't go
I
there.
think
They'll
Frank's
say
got his
that
hand
to
up
you.
about where he wears arm out.
You've got a problem like mine. It's uncomfortable talking to a group and stuff and lack of experience of it. And I want to see you get rid of those sheets
Yep,
you've
I gotta
got.
get rid of these sheets.
And I want just a little note card. No, a little note card.
That's frightening. That's speechless.
Let me finish. And I want just bullet points on it. And so you look at your note card and it's, oh, my name is, I want your vote. You know, so my name is, I want your vote, and why. And then another dot that says my experiences. And then you know that stuff. So then you can talk comfortably to the people about each one of the bullet points. 3 problems. So then in your mind you have the 3 problems memorized and you just go through that. And then you look again and, oh, solutions. These are your bullet points. My name, experience, problems, solutions. And then that'll connect your mind to what the things you need to talk. And then you'll be able to converse with the people in front of you and they'll have a lot better feeling.
Okay.
In listening to a presentation this week at Lions by the new pro tem county administrator, I heard right away one of the fundamental problems that we have in this county, and that is, in my own personal opinion, complete misunderstanding of what's important. I asked the question, why are we giving raises to people who are making a comfortable living now at the expense of perhaps having to cut public safety personnel? The answer I received was incredible to me. Well, we have to remain competitive in the market, otherwise we'll lose those people. That's what they said.
Yeah,
Do you know
they
how
say
many
that
people
lawyers-
apply for an opening in the county?
I
Any
think
opening?
I think that the important thing to be taken from that is that we need to get back to basics in what we're trying to accomplish here. If it isn't broken, let's not try to fix it, referring to
See,
the critical areas ordinance.
Right.
What is important to all of us sitting here in this room? Do you feel better because we have quality people at the top of our county administration? Or do you feel better because we have qualified deputy sheriffs protecting you who know what to do in an emergency?
The other thing that ignores
What's more
is,
important to you?
is the place that we live. I mean, there's the whole quality of
Right.
life issue
Right.
that they completely gloss over
Yeah.
because they wanna give them more money. I
It
mean,
isn't-
people wanna
it
live
isn't
here, they
broken,
wanna
let's
live
not
here.
fix it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. No,
Gordon-
we've got a whole different thing.
Bill's,
Gordy had his hand up earlier.
Yeah, because I'm about ready, I'm about running out my 15 minutes here.
Yeah, we just got that.
Oh, no, that's fine. I feel kind of shortchanged by both of you in your resumes. You have, what's level Pratt have? Let's think about it. What does she have to bring to the table? Nothing.
No.
And you've got years of experience, good experience. I mean, and Mark, I mean, my God. The Howie Rosenfeld brings to the table, I did Scrimshaw. You know, that's about it. Seriously.
And Ernie Dan invited me here.
This is crazy. You guys have to play up your resume. You have to say, look, this is what I've done in my life, and I could bring this to the council if you vote for me. But if you don't vote for me, you know, look what you got. You got somebody that has 0. I've got this, and I'll bring it to you, and I'll work for you. I'll work hard because that's what I've done all my life. And these other guys, they got nothing. They're sitting there with nothing. And so I can't emphasize enough that you gotta say more about yourself.
Come out and hit harder with a little bit of a bio.
You got a hell of a resume.
well,
Yeah,
you've
I
got
would
the
use
fire
it.
district
You both have
where
a hell of a
you
resume.
were, it took you, what,
You've got
a
5
few years to do it, but you combined the fire
6
departments,
years,
made
yeah.
that more efficient. And
Yeah.
that's a big kudos.
But
You don't have to say as much about the issues if you say, look, this is what I've done. I can do this. I can bring my experience to bear on this. And I can make the priorities of this county better. I can do things that are make a lot more common sense. A lot of your speech was great as far as, you know, just the stuff that you've got as far as common sense, and you wanted, and one thing that I just spent a year, about a half a year, working with people from a lot of Democrats, a lot of real liberals on the CRC, and to a person, live within our means it resonates with everybody. It resonates with everybody, no matter how liberal. Everybody sees we are not living within our means, and our priorities are upside down. And those two things, I think, they cut through all the party lines, it cuts through everything.
Yes, yeah, I use living within our means.
We're not living within our means, and we've got our priorities all screwed up.
And the
And
other
that's one of the reasons we're not living within our means.
And the other one where I changed up that word a little bit was living with our means is I've learned to do more with less, and I was trying to say that is living, I bet I can go back and nail
Very
it.
plain talk.
But you know,
Yeah,
they're looking at over law and justice. And this is serious. You go look at their priority list. Over law and justice is tsunami debris.
Yeah.
They're concerned about
Oil,
tsunami.
oil spill
And it won't
prevention,
come
Yeah.
like they can do something about it.
And who
And
Well, they're
cares?
gonna
and
prevent
Mama
the
told me
cold.
that.
Yeah.
I have a question that is relative to what Bill brought up and what Gordy just brought up about living within the means. Kathleen, a long time ago, had made a suggestion as an issue for the council, and I'd like to hear what people think about it. The issue about salary.
Oh, I at one time had this wild idea that if I was still in Lovell's district, I might even try to run against her. And one of my main things